I want to just say one thing, coming off of our Super Saturday. I know that last week when Jess was training, you guys had just had the Philly Super Saturday. It is so good to be in person. Matt called me today. He wants me to train on this piece for the Global Top Achievers call on Wednesday night. He was asking how the event was. And I just said, you know what? We had about 25 or 30 people there. I still feel like it's pulling teeth to get people to events since COVID, but the right people were there. But just seeing the energy, seeing the passion, seeing the inspiration, especially for brand new leaders, people who are brand new, that it's fun to kind of be back in the trenches of, getting people excited about Isagenix again. But I mean, I had people leave with their freaking heads on fire because my phone did not stop on Saturday night. I went out to dinner with another couple and I came out and I looked at Ryan. I was like, oh my gosh, I have 160 some text messages. I was like, what in the world just happened? And it was all of these people that were reaching out. Like, I just said this, what do I say? I put you in a group message. I did this three-way message. And that's why events are so important. So if you guys are doing small little ones in your house, if you are getting to corporate ones, if you're doing, associate runs, Super Saturdays, whatever it is, get to them, go to the event. There was a guy, you guys, he came from North Carolina. He's recently enrolled under Warren Lance. He's like a pro NFL guy. And Warren basically was like, you got to get to an event. And the first one on his radar was Denver. I said, you came all the way from North Carolina for our Super Saturday? But I will tell you, as much value as he got out of it, I think he brought so much value, like a testimonial of the products and this guy who's never been in network marketing and talking about how many athletes are looking for network marketing and that they have this income and this, lifestyle that they're accustomed to. But once they stop playing, and I mean, everybody was ready to go out and like recruit all the athletes that they possibly know right now. And I just thought his testimonial was so powerful. So you kind of never know what you're going to get. But I cannot encourage you guys to just go to the Isagenix events, click on the R, the associate run events, get in the car if you drive 2, 3, 4 hours. We had some people that came from Kansas. I was like, how far did you come? Whatever you got to do, it's going to be an absolute game changer. And I'm just really proud of people in Colorado that attended and who shared their stories. We had Casey Tom train, Emily Sutherland did absolutely amazing. Kathy Durnan told her stories, and you guys, I'm just so in awe of you guys and grateful for your leadership. So we're going to start this with a little bit of some work, a little bit of action. Will you guys put a 2 in the chat if you're ready to send some messages out? Janine's ready. 2 in a row. You guys, Janine is on it. She's already had her BS. She's like paying attention right now. Laura, Anna, Kim. I love it. All right. Does anyone know what's launching tomorrow? What's launching? What are we super excited about? We have a brand new product. Type it in the chat. Yeah, you guys, I'm so sad right now that I'm not gonna be able to have this because you can't do adaptogens when you're pregnant. And I'm like, the caffeine-free version, and ginger is like my nemesis. Like, I love ginger beer, I love ginger lemon things. I was like, oh, but we're ordering a ton of it, and I'm gonna have sips of Ryan from time to time. But this is our message, okay? I want you guys, we're gonna do about 4 minutes. I'm gonna encourage you to do 3 messages. Grab one of the cute little new BIA graphics. Everything is in our threads, it's in our pages, it's in isagenixbusiness.com and the social shareables. And 3 current or inactive customers, but people who have already purchased Isagenix, to just say, hey, I wanted you to be the first to know this is launching tomorrow. It's freaking delicious. Or, hey, in case you didn't get the email from Isagenix, make sure you log in and order this tomorrow. You don't want to miss out. Okay, something super fun, super excited. And then I equally want you to do 3 brand new messages, okay? Just reach out to some people and say, hey, I know you've not purchased the collagen yet, or like, hey, I don't know if you've seen what I've been talking about, but this brand new energy drink, there's no caffeine. It's great for stress and mood, and it's also great for gut health. I'm telling everybody I know, I'm taking pre-orders. If you're interested, let me know, okay? It just gets the conversation going. Then I don't want you like just selling random singular packs of BIA, but it's a conversation starter that then you can say, hey, hop on the phone with me. Let's figure out what other health goals you have. You get free shipping. Let's maximize your order and be able to turn that into a qualifying order, okay? So I'm setting the clock, 4 minutes. The goal is 6 messages, 3 current or past customers, 3 brand new, specific focus using the BIA as your conversation starter. Ready, set, I'm gonna mute, we're doing this together. All right, guys, less than 1 minute. Let us know if you have sent out your 3 messages to current or past customers about the BIA. Put a 1 in the chat if you've sent those 3 out. And then put an exclamation point in the chat if you've also made it to your 3 new customers that you're at 6. You were able to reach out to the current or past customers who are inactive. Way to go, Denise. Woo woo. Denise has an exclamation point. Those messages are out. Or to her future customers as well. You guys, I literally today just like went to my personally enrolled details and was like, Ginger BIA launches tomorrow. And like with the drooling face, just boom, 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 like as much as I can get it out. And then earlier today, I was like sitting waiting for a doctor's appointment and I just started messaging people and I was like, hey, I don't know how you feel about this. I'm obsessed with Ginger. I'm telling everybody, I'm taking pre-orders. Let me know if you want some, you know? And for people who just want to buy like a case, you guys remember you can order smarter, not harder. You got a consultant who's someone on their left is only at 75 BV. I mean, like log in as them, get the order of BIA shipped and billed to the other person, but you can be strategic if people literally just want to try like a case of BIA. So we are going to dive into our team call. Congratulations. Thank you guys so much for doing that and playing all out with us. There's one other little announcement I wanted to share with you, and I want you all to get out a piece of paper and pen right now, put out your journals, get out a calendar, put this in your day planner. But there is a huge iStudents call with a ton of updates this Thursday, okay? April 13th at 7 Eastern, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific, 6 Central, okay? Major call. There's a lot of things that are super fun and exciting coming out with the company. The top 100 was privileged to this last week, but it's being explained to the field. So you don't want to miss that call. You want to get your teams on it and just make sure that you're always plugged into any of the amazing changes and updates that we have. So that being said, I'm going to actually share my slides. Oh, look at that. We have 75 people on the call. Good job, you guys. I said we need to get 25 more on by the time I was done. So way to go. I'm thrilled with all of you guys. So I'm actually going to share some slides from, can you see that? Can someone give me like a thumbs up or, and okay, awesome. So one of the things that we always talk about is like, how do you market to your ideal client avatar, right? Like what's your client profile? Who do you really want to recruit? And when I think about Jessica, I'm gonna totally brag on Jessica for a minute, and the people that she enrolls and the people that she prospects, Jessica is the epitome of she is not selling Isagenix to everybody with a heartbeat and a pulse, okay? Jessica has a recruiter on and she knows exactly who she's looking for. So she writes her intention statements, right? And she says, I'm looking for people who have who are highly influential. I'm looking for people who are naturally entrepreneurial. I'm looking for people who are self-motivated, who are confident, who are positive, who want to make the lives of other people better. And so when she writes her posts on social media, if she were to send out a newsletter, when she asks the questions that she does on her podcast, when she's connecting with people, she knows exactly who she's looking for. Now, there's a lot of us that don't have that same clarity, right? We don't really know. And it's kind of like, oh my gosh, you liked my collagen post? Clearly, you're going to be my next executive, right? And I'm going to run you to the moon. Maybe, probably not as likely. Okay, so here you are, you have the greatest product on earth, but if you're trying to sell it to the wrong person or someone who's not ready, you're just going to end up spinning and spinning and spinning. And I truly believe that if you market to everyone, you market to no one. Okay. And so I want to try to walk you through some simple things to help you get really clear on your ideal client avatar so that Janine's post and Janine's verbiage are different than Ann's, and Ann's are different than Holly's, and Holly's are different than Andrea's, and Andrea's are different than Susan's. And that even though we can be inspired by other people, we have the same products or the same opportunity, that you are authentic to yourself and you're attracting in people who are ready and who are open. So just put a 5 in the chat if you feel like you're struggling to find your actual clients, like ones that you really think are going to build this business with you. All right. Be honest. If you're like, man, I feel like I have coffee appointments and these people are not interested. One of the things that I really want to always help my team with is like qualifying these leads so you don't spend an hour of your precious time with someone who's not that interested. Okay. And being able to really figure out who is struggling with their health, who's struggling with their wealth, who's lacking community, so that you can spend that time investing in these people who are going to be on your dream team. So when we think about how do we create your ideal client avatar, I'm going to break it down. I'll walk you through some simple steps, but it's always starting with those intentions in the morning. You hear us talk about writing out those qualities, like getting really clear, but that rattles off Jessica's tongue, Erica's tongue, Lori's tongue, my tongue, because we've done the work that we know who our avatar is, and we want you to be able to do the same. So first thing is, who is your ideal customer? Okay. Where are they hanging out? Both in person, but specifically online, because a lot of us are recruiting online. And then what are their challenges? Sales 101, you guys, and I do not have a sales background. I'm a personal trainer and I'm a nutritionist. When I tell you I have gone to work to learn how to build this business or how to improve myself with sales, or I've hung out with people like my husband or my best friend Robert or Jessica or people who had sales training to understand that, yes, we are in a service industry, but we also are selling amazing products. To get better at this, I'm passing on information that I'm almost 10 years in with Isagenix that I didn't necessarily have in the beginning, okay? So when you think about who your ideal customer is, if I was a recruiter for a sports team and I'm going to put my, winning Super Bowl football team together, I know exactly what I'm looking for. And not just with players, not just a wide receiver and a great kicker and a great quarterback and a great tight end, but I'm looking for speed. I'm looking for agility. I'm looking for certain sportsman-like conduct, behaviors. I'm looking for very specific things. So when you think about your ideal customer, who are they? What are they struggling with and where are they hanging out? So I am going to get you so detailed here that I want you to name this person. I want you to know if they have blonde hair or brunette hair. I want you to know their age. I want you to know if they have kids or not, if they have pets, if they like to travel, to really get so clear. But then where are you going to find them? So when I think about my ideal client avatar, one of the characteristics is competitive. Another characteristic is self-motivated. Another characteristic is highly passionate about health and wellness. So I can tell you, I meet a ton of people in the Peloton Facebook groups. Now, I don't go in the Peloton Facebook group and post a before and after picture and say, spring break's here, who wants to do a 30-day cleanse? Everybody's going to know I'm coaching people, and I'd probably be kicked out of those pages like immediately, right? But I go in there, I add value, right? I always add value. I answer people's questions. I chime in on other people's posts. It's very authentic for me to be able to talk in there because I'm obsessed with the instructors. People know I do a Peloton class almost every day of some sort, so I can chime in about different things. But I know that the people that have a Peloton are competitive, self-motivated, and highly into health and wellness. There's a really good chance I'm going to meet somebody that I feel like is my ideal client avatar. And then once there's a post or someone's funny, I would message them directly. And I'm like, Barb, oh my gosh, I'm dying reading your comments about Cody and the French fries. I felt the same thing. I wanted to reach out. I feel like we'd be friends in real life. Where do you live? How long have you had your Peloton? Right? And I ask an open-ended question to keep it going. Now, I am not vegan. There's no problem if you're vegan. I am not vegan. But if I tried to join a vegan Facebook group, I'm gonna be kicked out immediately because someone's gonna look on my stories and be like, she just had a bison burger for dinner and she had chicken lettuce wraps last night. Like, this chick is not vegan, right? And secretly, I'm probably judging them that they're eating gluten seitan for dinner. Like, it's not authentic. That's not my ideal client avatar. But when I think about where are people that I have things in common, Jessica talked about this last week. There's not by chance a lot of twin moms on Team Win. It's not by chance that she's met people in foster groups. I just got added, this is a real thing, you guys, to a new old mom Facebook group. That's what it's called. So you're a new mom, but you're an old mom, right? It's like for 40 plus moms. And I was like, wow, who knew? But right now there's so many conversations, genuine, authentic conversations. I'm learning things like, who knew there were so many car seats right now, right? And I'm able to add value, but I'm meeting other IVF moms and they're great conversations. I enrolled 2 people from this Facebook group last week. Just from having conversations. What do? Do you keep your options open to diversify your income? Do you have money when you're on maternity leave? What products are you using right now to maintain your weight during, your pregnancy? Like, what are you doing for your cravings? I'm asking certain questions because I'm aligned with them, but then I'm being able to provide a solution. So that brings us to what are their challenges. If you really get to know people and you find their challenges, sales is easy because instead of trying to convince somebody, so many of you are like, oh, I feel like I'm convincing somebody, or you're trying to persuade somebody to do something they don't want to do, you're providing a solution to the pain point and the problem that they have. So if my husband came to me every morning and was like, babe, you'd be so great at what I do. You should come to work with me. Babe, you'd be so great. You'd be amazing on my team. You'd crush it. You should come work with me. Like, I would punch him in the face. Not really, but I would be like, I don't want to work with you. And I know so many of us want our significant others to do this business with us, our best friends to do this with us. But Jess could call me every day. She was the top CPA and saying, you'd be amazing at this. Come sit in a cubicle with me all day long, right? And you'd crunch the numbers and we'd crush it as CPAs together. I would be like, are you out of your darn mind? Like, no way. But when you know their challenges, you can say, I have a hold of something that I think can really help you. We go back to the OO script that Jessica talked about. What do you have? What's in it for them? When you are able to say what's in it for them, it's because you know their challenges. You know someone who's exchanging time for money. You know someone who is absolutely burnout financially. You know someone that has tried every master cleanse, water fast diet underneath the sun, and they're struggling to reach their goals or whatever that is. Okay, so that's the first part of this. The information that you want to start to include as you get really, really clear on finding this person, manifesting this person, attracting this person in, what is their professional profile? Okay, and that is, are they a stay-at-home mom? Do they work in sales? Do they work in banking? Do they work in real estate? Are they a hairdresser? Are they an esthetician? Are they a nutritionist? Are they a chiropractor? What do they do? Okay, what skill set do they have? Again, what pain points do they have? What are the things that come with that job that are not, working well for them? And what are some other personality characteristics? Let's just say, I think, okay, my ideal client avatar is a nutritionist. I get that. You guys, there's a reason I've got quite a few nutritionists or people in the nutrition field in my team, because that was my background. So what are their problems, challenges, and pain points? They deal with clients that are not compliant, right? They have to do all kinds of hard detoxes and programs and labs that are expensive that people don't want to do. They're capped at how many people they can see in a day. They're capped at what they can charge an hour. They're probably unfulfilled because they work by themselves, often virtually. It's really lonely. There's not a lot of friends. There's not a lot of teamwork, right? And I can get really clear on what they're missing, what personality characteristics they have. They're into health and wellness. They probably are naturally entrepreneurial. They're probably leaders. They're great coaches already. They're people who want to make an impact. They have great servant hearts. So I've dialed this in and I'm starting to get really, really clear and who they are. Let's reverse engineer this again. Let's think about a hairdresser. Okay, so what problems and challenges do they have? This person might already have carpal tunnel. They might be having shoulder injuries. They might be frustrated that they've got to work nights and weekends because that's when people can get their hair done, and it's taking them away from their family. It's taking them away from their kids. Maybe their rent went up and they're barely making it right now because their rent is twice as expensive as it was, before 2020. What are their personality characteristics? They probably have charisma. They're into beauty and fashion. They probably love people. They're service oriented. They want to help people. They want to make people feel better. So you start to figure out who these people are. You guys catching this? Put a 3 or whatever number we're on in the chat if this is making sense to you. So when you think about defining your customer avatar, right? Like, you want to be able to answer certain questions that will help you attract this person in, that will help you reach them. So one of the things that I teach my team is like, what's the vocabulary and tone that you're using with your avatar? So this is where it comes in that you're authentic. So I always joke with my good friend, Dr. Lindsay Regier, I don't know if she's on this call, that I'm never going to be like, hey girl, right? Like, you're with me all day and I'm prospecting people. I'm, hey girl, oh my gosh, I really want to talk to you. That is not like me at all. I have never been that type of blonde. No offense, it's just not me. But Lindsay laughs because she goes, oh my gosh, that is actually me. And she does. Like, she messages people. She goes, hey girl, hey, oh my God. And it's so her. She sounds like that on her podcast. That is who she is. So if you look at our social media posts, if you look at our stories, it should look different because of what we're saying based on who we are, but also who we want to meet is really different. So if you follow her for a day and what she's doing, you follow me for a day, you follow Jessica for a day, or you follow Erica for a day, we're all sharing isogenics. We're all sharing the opportunity, but there's a different tone. There's a different verbiage. There's a different vocabulary, not only on who we are, but we know who we are looking for. And if this is starting to make sense, right away, you should be like, okay, I probably shouldn't have just copied Amber's amazing post and put it up as my own because it didn't sound like me. Now, we're inspired as other people. I loved Adrienne the other day and her like TikTok, and she's talking about how she's like able to do this and she's like the master plagiarizer, because so am I, but it's taking that extra step to authenticate it to yourself and to change a few verbs or a few sentences for the people you're reaching out to. We are all following Jess right now. She's got some great, powerful posts that are coming up first thing in the morning on mindset, on resiliency, you know, on perspective of life. She knows who she's looking for. There's a lot of other people that don't have that leadership, that don't have the success right now. It's not going to work the same thing. But when you dial it in, you say, this post is not about me getting 100 likes. This post is not about me getting a bunch of enrollments. This post is to be able to provide a solution for my ideal client avatar. Your enrollments are going to go up because you're adding value. So here's what's a not great example, okay? If I were to say, you know, who's your ideal client avatar? You don't want it to be so vague and so specific that we're back to this, you're marketing to nobody. So if Jess says to me, Lauren, who's your ideal customer right now? Who do you want to meet? And I say, I don't know, someone who wants to lose weight and is looking for an easy solution. Like, that's nobody, first of all, right? But I don't want to work with that person because they're not probably coachable. They're not going to be that committed. I don't know if this is a girl. I don't know if it's a boy. I don't know how long they've been trying to do things. I mean, there's so much lack of clarity. But that's sometimes what happens. When I say, who do you really want to work with? Like, who's your dream team? And someone will say, other moms. I'm like, really? What about those other moms? You know, like, how many kids do they have? Are they working moms? Are they stay-at-home moms? Are they young moms? Are they old moms? Like, in digging into that is going to help you really be able to key into who you want to serve. So when we think about getting the clarity, putting yourself in the shoes of those people, that's really the key here, because we're not being manipulative, but we're being congruent, right? We're having passion. It's showing up in a way to say, I have something that can help you. I have something that meets the needs for you, and dialing that back. So here's the better example, okay? Lauren is a 30-year-old burnout fitness instructor and health professional that no matter what she does, what diet she tries, or how many hours she works out, she can't seem to lose weight. She rushes from job to job, is saying no to all the things she wants to say yes to, and is burnt out from exchanging time for money. Lauren lacks fulfillment, has a chip on her shoulder, and feels lonely as a solopreneur. She feels like she lives in her kitchen meal prepping, but never feels good when she's shopping or trying on clothes. Deep down inside, Lauren knows she was made for more. While she has hit a ceiling financially and feeling like she's giving everything her all, she knows there's something else out there for her. She has dreams and the vision for a purpose. Lauren's work ethic and drive are skills that would accelerate her growth in network marketing, and her product transformation would inspire so many others. Her friends and family look forward to her finding her confident stride and true passion and purpose. Do you guys feel like you just got to know her? Like, do you already like, oh my gosh, I know her pain points. I know how I can help her. I can see what Isagenix can do for her. When you get really, really, really clear on your avatar, and this is me, right? This was me 10 years ago. This was exactly me before Isagenix. And I always, literally those feelings, I'm like, this cannot be it. I mean, I would drive into my office being like, this is not it, right? This is not the only thing I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life. And people would say that, like, is this what you're always going to do? Like, other people could see it in me. You know, I ran around eating tilapia and asparagus and cold chicken, you know, and all these things, like my meal prepping, and I was 40 pounds overweight. I mean, this was literally me, but I find this person all the time because Janny saw a skill set in me. Janny believed in me before I believed in myself. Like, Janny absolutely knew what was possible with the right vehicle because she saw my passion for health and wellness. She saw my, you know, skill set in coaching. She saw like a natural leadership, but I was stuck. Okay.
You haven't given him a shower yet.
Try to mute whoever that is.
Oh.
Can't see without stopping the screen. Jess, I'm going to quickly make you a co-host, so maybe you can mute whoever that is. Thank you. But it's really, really clear. And when you do that, and I spend time working with my team, all right, we got it. It's our first day. But, you know, when you think about being really clear on that, and I really teach my team to this, because this is now, you can already see, you're not selling Isagenix. You get to give them a gift. You get to give someone a gift of freedom, a gift of health, a gift of community. And you can see all the pain points written all over this. But my story is much different than a young mom who has a nanny raising her kid and is in corporate America and missing out on those moments, right? That's part of Jessica's story. That's totally different than Laura Lori, who was working her tail off for somebody else and not bringing home the income that she wanted. You know, I mean, there's so many different stories out there, but when you put those stories onto paper to attract in someone that you want to serve, there's a lot of clarity here. So here's a little bit of homework for you, and you guys can take these screenshots just as something to go back to for the sake of time. But the first thing is to list out their demographic and psychographic traits. So like, that's their age, that's their gender, that's their hair color. And this is not that I want you guys to be like stereotypical. It's that I want you to get clarity. Okay. Like, I just want you to be able to visualize this person and how are they showing up. All right. Give this person a name, like grab a photo online if you have to, like literally think about it so that you buzz around all day long, bringing in a team of Lindsay's or bringing in a team of Becky's or whoever your avatar is. I'm going to show you a few templates to help you with this that I would encourage you to really, really complete. And then write your story. So just when I said this was a bad example and I showed you the good example, I would love for you guys as homework to write that story, you know, to just think about maybe even your own story. What were you like before Isagenix? And what has this done for you? And how many other people are out there just like you? When Jess and Brandy talk about, you know, Team Win and Dreamers in Action becoming the home for network marketers who sat on the sidelines, who have been orphaned, who had been disenchanted, like, you know exactly who they're talking about. People who saw the vision, saw the opportunity, but they were let down. They didn't make the money that they wanted. A corporate change happened. They didn't have the leadership. Like, when you see who they're working with and who they're bringing over, because of what we do here is so special, that clarity is so crystal clear. And that's where we're trying to go. Now, without focusing too much on what we don't want, because I think we really should focus on what we do want, I do think it's important to know what I call your anti-avatar as well, okay? So if I think about dating, I was single for a long time, you guys. I was 35 when I met my now husband. I sometimes knew what I wanted. I could be like, I want someone who's into family, or I want someone who's trustworthy, or I want someone who's like healthy, but I could rattle off things I didn't want, right? I was like, oh, I don't want a smoker. I don't want someone who's lazy. I don't want someone who's not close to their family. And there are certain things that this gives you a backbone. This gives you a permission to be like, you're not my person. Okay, so when you know you're an anti-avatar, maybe these are selfish people. Maybe these are people who are greedy. Maybe they're narcissists, you know, whatever it is, people who are not coachable, people who have ego. I mean, I know we come into this in personal development will change us all, but to be able to just say, you know, I don't think this is a good fit. Because save yourself the headache of someone who's going to be just drama in your business, or, you know, suck the heck out of you, and to focus on those that want to run with you, people that really connect with you. So my favorite book, The Energy Bus, and it's literally talks about energy vampires, was something that I remember gave me clarity to simply say, oh my gosh, that person vibrates. I feel better when I'm with them. I got a voice memo today. I feel so lucky, from Holly and from Ann, right? And immediately, like, I'm in a better place. Like, those are the type of people you want more of. To the contrary, I've gotten some that I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to talk to this person right now, right? If they're draining you, if they're dragging you down, know that those are things that you don't have to have every single person with a heartbeat and a pulse in your business. You really get to choose. So here's a template, okay? You guys take a screenshot of this, print this off if you want to, but it will walk you through getting clarity. So giving it a name. What's their age? You know, what are their goals? What are their values? What are their pain points? Thinking about how do you reach this person? And here's another one. They're really similar. You guys can Google like ideal client profile or customer avatar. This is used in sales training all the time, but this quadrant is my favorite. But being able to write out, like, what are their goals and values? What are those challenges and pain points? You know, what are the objections that are maybe going to come up? And just helping you to be able to get to that point that you can write that story, that you can say, okay, you know, my ideal client avatar is Dr. Lindsay. You know, she's a chiropractor. She's super talented. She's into health and wellness, but she's burnout. You know, she feels like she's made for more. She's got injuries from adjusting people, and adjusting, you know, 40 hours for the next 20 years of her life doesn't excite her like it once did. You know, Lindsay envisions herself speaking on stages. Lindsay wants to be able to run with a team of like-minded people. Lindsay wants to take her skill sets and 10x her impact, making an income along the side, is highly coachable, highly motivated, highly driven, right? And then you go out and you find all the Lindsays that are out there. So there's a couple of templates that will help you with that. So in the sake of honoring our commitment to you, that we're trying to keep these calls closer to 30 minutes and no more than 45, I'm going directly into talking about the pools. And I know we're going fast tonight, but that's why they're recorded, so you can go back and listen to them. So I asked you if you were excited about the new $1 million pool. I can confidently tell you I've never seen a pool like this in the 9.5 years I've been with Isagenix. There are other leaders that are saying in the 21 years that they have been with Isagenix, they've never seen anything like this, okay? So basically, Isagenix has $1 million in one leadership pool. If you think about our leadership pools in the past, manager or director, they were rank specific. Okay, this is not a rank. There is no rank to get into this. So whether you are a, platinum, max out the compensation plan, or you're brand new, right? You got enrolled yesterday, there's really an equal opportunity here. But what I love about it so much is that it's driving a different type of behavior. So when I came into Isagenix, Jessica and I were first earning in like everything above the 1-star pool, the 2-star pool, the 3-star pool, the 4-star pool. It was based on what we call 4 PET growth, all right? And you had to do the math, and you had to track your business, and you had to develop other leaders, and you had to drive the line, and that's how you earned money in the pools. Now, the last few years, there's been this huge push on leader in action, which is great, but it really doesn't require you to get the team on board. It doesn't require you to necessarily drive the line as deep, because you can win those trips to Mexico, or you can qualify for the pools, really focusing on, like in this contest, like the level 1 and the level 2, right? Personally enrolled or creating consultants, getting your personally enrolled to share, and it's stopping there. But if you want to look at someone who's had massive cycle growth, whose business was up not only 100% last year, but 100% this year, Jessica Rigner, it's not based on LIA, it's based on 4 PET growth, right? We want to drive the behavior. We want to look at things that go so deep that outside of getting these upfront bonuses, right, and grabbing this $1 million pool, I want you to envision your cycles in the massive growth that they're going to have between now and the end of June, right? When you get this many people who are driving the line saying, who do you know, getting that person on the phone, who do you know, getting them on the phone, who do you know that you can introduce me to, and all of these people 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels down in your business ordering 100 BV, if you're cycling 3 times a week and you work this pool, be excited to see your cycles at 13, right? At the end of this, if you really work this, it's what we call running through the stars, because you're going to see people go 2-star to 3-star, 3-star to 4-star, 4-star to 5-star, because of the depth, because of the deep growth. So this is how you earn. You get 2 pool shares for every new 2 PET enrollment. Okay. So your 2 PET is when you create a consultant, basically. So I enrolled Jessica. Okay. Jessica's my 1 PET, but if Jessica enrolls Sheila, right? Okay. That's my 2nd PET. So you get 2 points there. Now you get 3 shares for a 3rd PET enrollment. Sheila enrolls Sherry. Okay. And then the 4th, Sherry enrolls Barb. That's the way we drive the line. Okay. Or I enroll Emily, Emily enrolls Claire, Claire enrolls Sheila, Sheila enrolls Kathy. As you keep going down here, your PET is personally enrolled team. So after your personal enrollment, their direct referral, their direct referral, their direct referral is where these points come from. And this is from March 27th to June 25th. So there's a call. If you guys have not watched the call, there was an amazing call last week that went out on this. I know Jessica got the recording. I got the recording. If you guys need it, message us. We'll send it to you. But on the call on Thursday, they're covering this too. So if you're like, I'm really confused, I need more, plug into that. And
Hey,
watch
Lauren,
the
one real quick interjection. Tomorrow night, Jason West, who was one of the people that really had this brainchild and sort of launched it, is doing a pop-up call tomorrow night with Brandy and Jeff and Holly Kirsch. So just plugging that. We'll put the details in for everybody, but he's doing a pop-up call tomorrow night, and then maybe that Brandy or Holly can drop the details of that in the chat.
That's awesome. Thanks.
We'll
Yeah,
just
definitely
really
do that.
explain it.
So good. So here's the graph, right? Now there's no, you need the minimum in all these requirements in order to qualify, right? In order to get to your 50 points. They have no idea what their share value is going to be right now, because they've never done anything like this, right? We don't know how many people are going to be in it. So this $1 million is going to be dispersed amongst all the associates who are going for this and have their 50 shares to qualify. But the max that you can earn is $10,000. So when Jessica blows it out of the roof, right? She's got 200 shares in the next 3 months. The most she can earn is $10,000. But we were asking at our Super Saturday, what would you do with an extra $500, an extra $1,000? And people are like, oh, I'm going on a road trip to see my cousins I haven't seen in a while. One girl straight up was like, I'm getting the Botox and fillers and I haven't had the money for them. Like, I bought the authenticity. Like, that's not, inexpensive. Whatever it is, but the minimum that you need of your personal enrolled is 6. So from March to June, you guys, that is 2 a month. That is 2 a month. Anybody can do this. If you start talking to people, anybody can do that. Okay. There's no cap on it, but you need a minimum of 6 enrollments. Then you need a minimum of 10 second PET enrollments. So that's like either getting, 10 of your personally enrolled to all share with one person, or 5 to share with 2, right? Or maybe like I enroll a brand new person that goes out and tells 5 people. Okay, then I just need a couple other people to share with 1. And it will be a little bit tricky to kind of keep track of this if you're not doing it as it goes. You don't want to get to like the middle of May and be like, where am I at with points? So we're going to show you a tracker that you can kind of keep track of where this is going. And then there's no cap on your personal enrollments. There's no cap on your 3rd and 4th. There is a 15 enrollment cap on the 2nd PET because we know people are masters at creating consultants, having them enroll a dog or putting in a spouse or whatever people do. But there's no cap on your 3rd or 4th PET, okay? And then this is the total shares that you need in each category to be able to qualify. So you cannot get 50 points just from like your 1st and 2nd PET. It's critical that you're driving the line and you're getting those 3rd and 4th PET enrollments. So here's the graphic. You guys can take a screenshot of this, print this off. I know there's some other really cool, pretty ones that have gone around, but this is where you can check off like my 6 personally enrolled enrollments. All right, put their names on there if you have to, or just check it off so you can see. The 2nd PET, right, when you're helping your person enrolled find their 2. So I enrolled Jamie last week. Jamie has enrolled 1 person. So I'm like, okay, we've got Jamie in category 1. Then she enrolled her mom, right? That's in category 2. When she gets her 2nd person, I'll put that in there. I enrolled a woman named Jen last week. She's in my 1st PET category. She has not enrolled anybody yet, okay? Then let's say Jamie had enrolled her mom. When her mom enrolls somebody, that would be in my 3rd category. And when her mom's friend enrolls her hairdresser, that would be in the 4th category. So this is how you can keep track of it as you're driving the line. But the key here is to start asking for referrals, cast the vision, talk to people about this, and immediately ask who do they know. Say, Isagenix just launched this pool. It's an equal opportunity. Like, you don't have to be the highest level of leadership in our company to go for it, but grab a couple names of people that would love our nutrition products. Who do you know that would love this collagen, to do the glow up challenge? It's 100% money back guaranteed. Feel free to introduce them to me. Okay. So let's just say Jessica's like, I'm super busy, Bob. I'm like, no problem. Give me a list of names or quickly introduce us. And she introduces me to Cynthia and Sydney. So I get on the phone, Cynthia and Sydney enroll. I do the same thing. I'm like, Sydney, who do you know? Not only am I obsessed with getting their products for free, it's so much, better to do these products with other people. It's 100% money back guarantee. Who are 2 friends that you want to age in reverse? And Sydney goes, Angie and Janine. I'm like, all right, cool. So I get on the phone with Angie and Janine, and then I'm talking to Angie and Janine, and they get excited. And I say, who are 2 people that would love to use these products? Who are 2 people that you would love to do this challenge with? Who are 2 people that you'd go on vacation with, that anything you recommend would be so grateful you introduced them to it? And I could be doing all the work. I'm the leader, right? Jess can do all the work. She's the leader, but you're driving the line. You're getting other people to give you names and give you referrals. But the way that this is going to be the most impactful, you don't want to do it alone. You guys, you see a lot of the top income earners, the top LIA, often doing things, and it's the same people. I'm so freaking pumped to see new names on there, to see new people that are earning this money, and to really see the skill set of network marketing and our compensation plan of driving the line be elevated. When Jessica and I hope I'm not over speaking here, Jess, but when we joined the company, the rank advancements were out the freaking wazoo. I mean, it was left and right, all over the company, the team. Brand new Crystal executive, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, managers. I mean, all over the place. I mean, it was like not even an option for us not to go executive, because that was the standard of the company. And through the pandemic and things that have happened, and it was like, okay, LIA, and everything was focused on the points, the focus changed, and we stopped driving the line. We stopped really, really going deep. And you don't see those type of rank advancements throughout the company like we did when we joined. That's what has me the most excited about this pool right now, is it's getting back to the behavior that's really creating that passive income, that financial wall, that it's not just 20% one time for an enrollment. And it's not just winning the trip, and it's not just creating some consultants, but when you're looking at cycle growth and you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many levels down in your business, everybody doing the same behavior, everybody ordering at the same time, right? Bigger boats, all of our boats rowing in the same direction. You're going to care so much less if you get 20 shares or 30 shares in this pool when your cycles are up 10, up 20, up 15, you know, consistently week after week after week, because you can have some high enrollments. Your cycles might be 2 or 3 and you get all this money on PIBs, but when they don't reorder because they're not getting their products for free, or you don't teach them to learn how to share, and your cycles aren't growing. In the long run, we want to see people who are cycling 5 times right now get up to 10, people who are 10 up to 15, people who are 20 up to 30. And by driving the line and going deep into your business and asking for all those referrals, you're going to quickly see that this short-term $1 million pool is like the tip of the iceberg of the depth of cycle growth with the numbers that are coming into your business, and learning the skill set that you're not just creating consultants, you're creating managers, and the retention that's going to come, and the other people who are going to feel more equipped to go out and share and learn how to do this. So Jess, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I get so excited about the depth. You know how much I'm a believer that that's what it takes to really see a massive amount of growth. And I watch people do it and I just am so impressed. But believe me, I think you recognize this. There was a time when we were sponsor monsters, we just enrolled people. It looks different now. It's so much more fun to get people I remember Janny saying to us both, and forgive me for interrupting you, but I remember her saying to us both, get obsessed with getting other people deeply paid, 5 cycle bonuses, 1-star bonuses, Crystal manager, director, executive, not just a consultant, and watch what happens.
It's so true. And that's what the pool is really designed to do. So they have this $1 million, they're making it accessible to every single person. And there's going to be awesome people getting tons of big bonuses, you know, right in the middle of summer, which is so sweet. But it's like going into the fall and saying, oh my gosh, my cycles are up this amount, like my business is up this percentage, because of really shifting your focus and not just thinking I've got to enroll all the people. Because if you look at that chart, 6 enrollments. That's it. Once you get your 6, move on. You got to just start focusing on all those people and helping them bring you names and get those people paid and get those people paid and get those people paid. That when you really shift your focus like that, you're just going to see massive, massive growth in your business. So we love you guys.
Hey, Laura, one thing I want to say last, just if people are looking for this kind of verbiage, I'm saying to people right now, listen, I'm focused on 6 people and taking them to the very tippy top, taking them all the way. And I want to focus on 6 people. Do you want to be one of my 6? I think you can be one. Here's why I think that. I think you're dynamic and influential. If the timing is right for you, I want to be one of the 6 people that I'm focused on developing and bring you into one of the fastest growing teams in the whole company.
You guys can screenshot that. I got the best of it. I couldn't get it all, but I got the gist of it. So copy and paste that or screenshot, I typed in the chat as much as I could. It's great verbiage. And if I got a message from Jessica right now that says you want to be one of my 6, and I've been watching her journey, get the heck out of my way, right? I was like, I'll cut someone else's shoes off to be able to cut mine to be one of the 6. So you guys are awesome. Happy Monday. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a week.
So good, Laura.
Good night.
Love you guys.